Good morning, guys. So I was watching Martin Johnson off grid, and he had mentioned that his Milwaukee hole saw cut through the steel piping on his well pump. So I went and bought one. I'm gonna see if I can cut the hole out for my wires to go through the shipping container into the living room, because I've been super worried about that creating fire there. And it was not cheap. It's full of dog hair because I took the dogs yesterday. It's like $23. But if it doesn't start a fire, it would be worth it. I do have two more cuts, actually. One more for a vent in the bathroom, which I'm undecided if I'm gonna do. You guys let me know. What do you think? I mean, I know that there's a lot of moisture in there, but there is a window right across the way, and I could just kind of have a fan in the window to pull that out. It's difficult to cut through, and I'm not going through the ceiling, I'm going through the wall. So if this works, then I could just cut a hole through there, have a little drop vent, and be fine. If this doesn't work, I don't know what we're gonna do with this. So I'm gonna give this a try. Let's see if it works. Okay, so we determined that that stud comes through to get around all the things to right here. So this is the one that I'm going to drill through. I am gonna double check that. Pretty sure that's the one it goes through. We got the Blue Eddy moved. We kind of got everything moved out of the way, but it should not have any sparks, but I think it's going to be super loud. The inner, it's outer on here, it's inner on this side, which means it's here behind this stud. Dang it, is where that 2x6 is. So I'll just have to get as close to it, because I think the 6 inches because the stud starts on that side. Stud starts literally right here on this edge, and it would go over 6 inches. This other one, yeah, look outside real fast. So I think this is gonna be close. I did pull out the big drill so we can give it an actual chance to work. I don't know where the chuck key is. This is why I just don't freaking do things. Because here I want to do this, but I don't know where my little chuck key is to open this, to get this out, to put that in. I legitimately have no idea where it is. I did not find it, but I did find everything else I've been looking for. This to remove the filter off of the wood miser. These to create water spigots for the pigs, and a random goat brush. You guys, so annoying. So apparently I have to, when we're in town, buy another chuck key, and we'll try this again later tonight. Well, our tape did not stay well. Every single one of them have come undone. So this is an issue. I did purchase some more tape, some from Amazon, but I spent $100 on that tape from Home Depot. And I think that I'm going to have to go through and just do 2 strips of tape, get it really good on the plastic, and then put it up on the wood. I don't think that there's any, it's all over my hands. I don't think that there's any like staple, or I don't really think it does that. Maybe I'm expecting too much of a little dip. In all reality, a huge amount of water's not going to be dumping on this. So it wouldn't need like a deep 4 inches to be able to run out. So I'm thinking, I don't know what to do, you guys. Like, this is a little, I've only seen them tape it. I haven't seen them like put anything on it. Now, obviously, when the screws go on and that kind of stuff, but literally every single one of them is pulled off. So I think this is going to be how I do it, where I just put part of the tape, half the tape on the plastic, half the tape on the wood, is what I think I'm going to end up doing. How's it going? You getting along with the girlies? Everybody getting along now? It's a little sketchy this morning. Look how much bigger he is than him. They're like, no food. We want to dig in our hole again. Need to get their water switched over, but we put him with them because we need the electric fence for this little Miss B. Miss B needs to be separated from her mama, and she is an escape artist, so the only thing she doesn't go through is electric fence. So we're trying to figure out how to set that up. Oh, these guys need some hay too. They really like their little salt lick. Good morning. You can go back to milking twice a day. That's Charlie back there. So we did not lose any baby ducks last night. We actually, Kira went ahead and put this crate in there. We crate them at night, and that's going to work for a little bit. We are going to have to go with a bigger crate for them. All but 2 females in this group are for freezer. I'm just going to pick the 2 prettiest girlies, and those are going to be the girlies that Donald gets to have as his girlfriends. And yeah, so it's a real bummer that we lost the 5. Like, these owls really are a problem, and it's illegal to hunt them, so it's not like you're not allowed to kill them. So what do you do? So you've really got to figure out. That's kind of something that I've been trying to figure out, because we get so much snow in the wintertime. It's not like I can have a covered space for everybody. So, you know, I'd love to do just a big roofed covered area with fencing on top of it, and so everybody's perfect and safe and all of those things, but that really is an issue. Hey Pedro, we haven't showed you in a while. They are scrunching down the, oh, they've done it all the way around the chicken wire, so that's a bummer. Hey buddy. Hi sir. How you doing? How you doing? Hi Kurt. Oh, you smell. You smell like Bucky Buck. You smell like Buck. It's super mild, but he's definitely starting to get Bucky. I can smell it over here. Which means these girls may be coming in to season a little bit. October is usually when it happens, but you big boy, huh? You're not gonna have any problem breeding these girls. Hey, Miss Kay. What you doing, girly? Then we got Miss Ayla. Everybody's doing real well. Hi, Curtis. Oh, what's you spitting for, Curtis? What you spitting for? My goal really is to have much better areas for them next season. we'll be down to the 4 girls and their babies by February. Well, actually probably by, as soon as we know they're all bred. Then those 2 boys will go to freezer camp, and it'll just be all the girlies at that point. The quail are doing really well. As much as I wanted to put them in a big giant pen, I just kept hearing from people that you'll never find their eggs. And they won't sit their eggs. So you just kind of lose them. So I don't know, that's... There we go. They're happy. Look at that dang baby. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. She just goes right through those. So that's a super problem. She is not stuck in there. She crawls right through those squares and shoved herself in that spot. But now they have, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days worth of food. So they get free fed hay. They get to eat as much as they want. Not really impressed with this hay that I got this time around. Just doesn't seem to have a lot of nice green color to it. And then the girls that are being milked are the only ones that get grain. They get a little bit of grain while they're being milked, and to keep them happy on the stanchion and help them produce more milk. So the pigs are getting grain. Obviously the rabbits get a little bit of grain. That's something I definitely want to change. Over the winter, I don't think I'm going to do grain with the pigs. I think that I'm going to do just a big bale of hay, and that they can freely eat that hay, because they will definitely do that. We're trying to get some things done. I don't really want to start anything, because I have this doctor's appointment and now we have to leave. So I don't want to be in the middle of starting something and then leave. So Kira is going to be gone for 3 or 4 days at our friend Jen's house, helping her with fence. So we're just trying to get these little things done before she leaves tomorrow morning super early. We got to get the rest of this wood burnt and put up, at least put up top, so that I'm not trying to pull all these up by myself. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to pull them all up and stack them on this north end right up there. And then I will have to kind of do the shuffle. And I think I only need 80 up there. So I think that's how many we'll put up. I bought 100. So we can get the 80 put up there, and then I can just start doing that. So the weather's going to be gorgeous. It's actually going to be really hot on Sunday. But other than that, the weather's going to be gorgeous. Today's the last day that this has been a week of appointments. So that makes things really hard when you have a bunch of appointments to do. So we were trying to be somewhat productive for the day, and we made the decision kind of last minute to pull out the old wood stove. If you guys have been watching, you know that I purchased a new one. It's smaller, it's more sized for the space. This particular wood stove I actually bought for the shop. So it's a 2,000 square foot wood stove, and it has definitely kept me warm, but it was either 100 degrees in here or the fire was going out and I had to put I had to rebuild the fire. So discussed it with my members in one of the member chats, and the ladies that have definitely a lot more education in wood burning stoves and all of that recommended that I get the smaller wood stove. So that's what I did. And now we have to get this out, and in your mind that these are heavy, and but I don't think we were prepared for how heavy it was. This was ridiculous. We tried a couple of different ways to do this. I had a flat, actually it's a dog crate dolly, and that I used when I would go to dog shows with my dogs, and put a couple crates on it and just drag it. That was too big for the space, so we couldn't do it. Then I went and grabbed this other dolly that I have that we actually had set up for a on-demand little propane water heater that we could carry when we were processing chickens. So we had to pull that board off, try to shift the refrigerator back a little bit. It still has some room to move back to be able to squeeze this through that little aisleway. So here we are trying to get it through there. It was a squeeze. We did actually scrape the refrigerator a small amount. It didn't do any damage to it, so I'm not concerned about it. But the cats crack me up about how interested they are in everything that you're doing. It's just so funny to me. But we realized we had to take this blower off the back because there was no way that was going to fit in there. And we were trying to get all of this done before we left for my appointment. And, my appointments are about 40 minutes away usually. And, it kind of ends up being an all-day situation because by the time we get there and do whatever we need to do and do whatever errand that we need to do in the area so that, we're multiplying things in one gas tank of drive. Wiggly?
Uh-huh.
Okay, the wheels are at the edge.
Ready for a drop?
If we could try to do it without a giant drop, that'd be great. Because I don't know if the thing will hold. The whole thing may fall. The whole deck. Well, that wasn't ideal. But nobody got hurt and nothing was broken. So we did get ash everywhere though. That was awful. Jasper absolutely cracks me up. He is the best helper, and he was guarding the door from the cats so that they did not escape, because they were definitely wanting to escape, and so he was the door guard. And he made his own decision to bring the camera out, and I was like so proud of him because he just took it out and set the whole tripod out so that you guys could see the rest of this. And I'll tell you, let's talk about eye blindness or situation blindness. I did not realize the back porch was this bad. That will be addressed. Oh, dang, your headphones fell down.
We come in the ground. See what's headphones. Grandma, my too far down.
So right now?
It's right there.
Let me see. Oh my goodness. You were wiggling it. That was super difficult. That thing is really heavy. Kira got pinched a little bit. Let's see it. Not too bad, but yeah, owie. We're going to rest, and then I feel like I'm going to go to the doctor looking like this. So it does open up a really good space to put in another pantry and then a cabinet unit that the new fireplace can sit on because it's quite a bit smaller. And then I can store firewood underneath that. So, but I feel like that's the hardest thing we've done so far. This season at least. This thing was heavy. What are you doing? That's a wet towel, you silly girl. Okay, so I'm running around a little bit late. We had a sink leak this morning, and well, so when I dump the water, it goes down into that 5-gallon bucket, and then I empty that. Well, I missed. It went everywhere, so I had to wipe everything up. I used that towel, and the weirdo's laying on it. What is up with that? But I do need to go milk. I'm about 30 minutes late. They may be angry at me. Luckily, it doesn't take very long. So it started this morning working on the sawmill. Doesn't want to start. So Randy had come over, and we've now got hydraulic oil in it and all of that kind of stuff. Bought the new filter. But I think my fuel pump might be unhappy. This is the part about because I'm not a mechanic and I have zero desire to be a mechanic. I mean, I guess I need to figure it out because I'm the only person here and I really can't afford to have somebody work on all the things. And it is really cool whenever you can get something working that wasn't working. So, gotta call in to Kelly and Dwayne. We'll see. He's a mechanic, so. Girl, what are you doing over here? What are you doing? You have been, get out of there. That is pond water. Pond water. You should be ashamed of yourself. Are you not embarrassed? Are you embarrassed? Go home. Go. She likes to hang out. She likes to hang out at Grandma's house. But she was drinking duck water. So I've got to milk and take care of critters. And then we're going to get back at trying to figure out this sawmill so that we can mill out lumber for the barn build and my son's tiny house that he's building. Look what we're doing. First log on the mill for the season, like September 3rd. We're a little late this year. So we ended up getting what, 1, 2, 3, 4 true 2x6s?
Well, 2 true, yeah. And then a 2x8.
And then a 2x8. Bam. That's exciting. It's not for my build though. It's so funny how I get super intimidated by the machine, and then when we start milling, I'm like, this is so much fun. We had a little bit of a struggle with it being a 1/4 inch more on one end than the other. So I don't know, I think we figured out that the dog on this side is like when I clamp it, it's shifting it a bit. So I have to monitor that and watch that. But it took a bit to get this guy going, but I learn everything. I learn something new every year on this machine, and I do still love the machine.